What up, Dokkaners? The World Tournament is done. The results are in. Both Global and JP got their results. Global gets theirs like 1 to 2 days later. And so the results are in. I snagged the #1 local, and my overall rank was 14th in the world. Now, I know that that sounds psychotic. This video is going to be mainly reflecting back on this World Tournament experience, because this was the first time, maybe since I started, where I had to put in more effort. Normally, there's a certain level of effort that I've grown accustomed to because, you know, minus the World Tournament gods, which is a very small, you know, group of people, the overwhelming majority of players don't run World Tournament optimally, don't have that level of commitment to push to try to get the higher ranks. But whatever the case, generally speaking, not even generally speaking, literally 99% of the time, I have been unmatched in my attempt at securing the #1 local. This time was different, and it was kind of funny because it made me sort of reminisce on my very first World Tournament. So this is gonna kind of be like a little story time. We might do a couple summons because, look, I'm gonna be honest, with the update that we've got coming up, I said this before, once again, little service announcement telling you now, I don't think you guys should be spending any tickets right away. Not because of my usual reasoning, because wait till something comes up. No, it's more so because we don't have enough information. They are discontinuing the World Tournament tickets, and it will be going away after this banner ends that's currently available. That current banner is this one right here. It is slated to end November 4th. For me, check your own time zone. But when this goes away, these tickets will also go away. They will be converting them into Hercule signatures. But until we know how much of either the Hercule signatures or something else entirely we're gonna have to spend to buy these characters that are now migrating from the banner into the Baba shop, we probably shouldn't like use these, because my current dilemma is I am missing this guy. I hate this unit because I can't pull him to save my life. Do I continue to take my chances with these non-GSSR tickets that I could either do by a single or 7 singles at once? There's no benefit in doing the multi version. Or do I just let these convert into Hercule signatures, and then by that point, we maybe know what the conversion rate is going to be. Perhaps these characters in the Baba shop will be for the same price as the characters that are currently already there. These SSRs cost 40. So will these characters be valued at the same rate? Maybe more, maybe less, depending on how new it is. I don't know. And so until we know that, it's probably not a good idea, because my #1 goal is to rainbow this nerd. And there's no way it's going to happen in one session for World Tournament. My luck has been so bad with the unit, I'm just not going to do that. So don't use them. I might just do one for the sake of the video, maybe, but I'm kind of hoping story time will be enough, because this was, like I said, one of my most demanding runs ever. But this was after I learned how to optimize World Tournament play. My most hardcore run that I ever did in World Tournament was, I think, my 2nd or 3rd stint in World Tournament. This was around, I think, towards the end of the 3rd anniversary or going into the 4th anniversary. This was like, as I'm new into the game, my first World Tournament, infamously known as the time that I was almost hacked. Apparently, some people have responded to that comment and said that that was actually a thing, where all you needed was like a screen, I don't know, some weird information, and you could actually hack people. And so I remember, for those of you who don't know, in my first ever World Tournament run, I sort of got a taste for the competition. So for the first 2 days, 2 days, I was #2 in my local. I didn't quite understand what I was doing. I was running like int Raditz, the free-to-play Raditz. I was running AGL Royal Blue Vegeta, like all sorts of weird stuff. I didn't even have the like stunning tech units, like the stunning Jocko, the stunning Chaozu, none of that. I was just running a very scuffed, weird team, but I kept at it. And actually, I didn't sleep for a couple of days, which was also bad. I used to have a very bad habit of not taking care of myself during World Tournament. I have since changed that because that's stupid. But what basically happened was, the final day, I overtook the person that was leading the entire time. And I will never forget that on my phone, this weird pop-up came up where it showed a map of, it was either Hong Kong or Japan or something. It was like kind of showing the rough approximation of where this location was coming from, but someone was trying to remotely access my device from that location. And I was like, whoa, this has to be the person that I just overtook. I don't know anything about all this stuff, but it just seemed like, given the context, given the timing, it really felt like that's what was happening. And so because of that, that's where my weird tradition started, where I change my name every day during the World Tournament. It's stupid. Ultimately, if someone really wants to hack, you know, account, they can probably do it. I don't think a name is going to stop it. But I started to do that sort of in the hopes that it could help, you know, make me a little bit less detectable. And then that sort of turned into a fun tradition where I would be different names. People would have to figure out who I was in the ranks. Especially early on, I would actually try pretty hard. At that point, I was generally averaging about top 20, not even like top 50, top 100. It was top 20 most of the time. Top 20, top 25, something like that. And so, yeah, I was going hard. So every day I would change the name. I would use like, you know, Marvel character names, DC character names, all sorts of stuff. And that has become a fun little gag. I know some people get very irritated by it, but hey, man, it's just my tradition. Let me be. Okay, so this time, what happened? In my first day of a World Tournament run, that's generally the feel out day. So I'll kind of gauge the competition. How much effort am I going to have to put in? It's like, you guys seen Incredibles where Dash at the end of the movie, he's finally getting to do sports. He's running in track and he's like overtaking the other kids. But then Mr. Incredible's like, no, make it close. Come back. So that was kind of what I was doing. Now that I've learned the tricks of the trade. By the way, let me just quickly plug my video. This video right here, I'm going to link this down below in the description. If you watch this, you will get better at your World Tournament runs. It's thanks to the help of the World Tournament gods that I was given some really interesting insights. And if you can internalize some of these concepts, it will make your runs better and more efficient and faster and just overall superior. So because I have absorbed all of that knowledge, I am able to now basically, you know, as long as I'm not paired up with the actual World Tournament gods, I can dominate any local lobby. And so I'll kind of get a feel on the first day, you know, how heavy the competition is. And sometimes we have a few people who'll try to go for, you know, the number one, but then I'm just like, no, not this time, buddy. You're not taking number one from me. I think the closest up until this was somebody was like in the top 200. But that's also like after they realized who they're in competition with, when they realize it's me or, you know, like a sweat, they kind of back off a little bit. I mean, some of you guys know what I'm talking about, but this time was different. This time, we introduce Ricky Hawk. This person, shout out to Ricky Hawk, the most fierce competition I've had in a World Tournament thus far, minus the first or like second World Tournament when I didn't really know what I was doing and I wasn't doing it very optimally. So after the first day, Ricky was in the top 30, top 20, something like that. Which so for me, World Tournament starts Thursday night. And so it was like Friday early evening, like I was coming home from work and Friday early evening, something like that. Ricky is like top 30, top 20. And I'm just thinking, whoa, I don't think I've ever seen an initial push be this far to where you maintain top 50 status for that lengthy amount of time. And so I was thinking to myself, we actually might have our work cut out for us. So what I started to do for the rest of Friday is I did my optimized grind and I just worked through with the best teams that were given to me. And by the way, I update the pinned comment on that video with the World Tournament tips and tricks. Always check the pinned comment. It will give you the most up-to-date best teams. It does change from time to time. So whenever I can update it, I do it. So that's what I was doing for like half a day. And so basically what happened is by the end of my first full day, so it was like Friday night, I was getting ready to go to bed. That was around the time that Ricky had finished his grind and slept and then got back up and was beginning to start again. So the entire day I had to basically just catch up to his dust, to his slipstream. And when I finally got close, he took off. And so I was like, okay, so that means Saturday we're gonna have to lock in. And Saturday we went crazy. The whole day, because I didn't have anything I had to do, thankfully. So all of Saturday, I did my optimized running. And I noticed a trend as we were going through. Not only were my runs, you know, smooth and optimized, but I was gaining on him incrementally. And that's the most important thing, because if you are getting more points per run than your opponent, eventually over X amount of, you know, units of time, you will catch up and overtake. And so I was hitting that net positive every single transaction, every 15 minutes or so. Shout out to Froggy, who is a French Dokkan tuber. He has a World Tournament site. That's what I was kind of keeping on my screen. Every 15 minutes, the scores would refresh. And so I would see that the delta was getting smaller and smaller. I was gaining on our boy Ricky Hawk here. And so Saturday, I think probably around like, probably like 70% into, no, more like 60% into the day. So 60% of the day is complete. I caught up to Ricky. Ricky was also asleep. So for a little while, I was gaining on him while he was awake, but then Ricky was asleep. That's the time to move. We move in the night. And so when he was sleeping, that's when I kicked it into overdrive and kept grinding the rest of the way on Saturday. And then by Sunday, I was in the top 20 when I started the grind on Sunday. Also, I do want to point out, apparently the World Tournament gods have said this. This was like one of the most mild World Tournaments ever, which is crazy because I would have thought that it wouldn't have been, but apparently it was. So there is also that. Maybe just people, I mean, people weren't playing. People aren't playing anyway because, you know, this is kind of the dog days of Dokkan, but that's besides the point. I started Sunday at 20 and Ricky started at like 26 or something like that. And so now it's the final push. It's the final day. We've got like a solid 15 hours before the World Tournament is done. And so I was putting my foot on the gas. I had to make sure that Ricky wasn't gaining on me. And thankfully, once again, the optimized runs kept me ahead. And I was this time very slowly chipping away and working my way ahead because Ricky was getting a lot faster. So because I think Ricky was starting to realize this is it, like this is the final push. If you can't bridge that gap within the first like 6 hours, given the rate that he was gaining on me, it was going to take another like 20 hours to actually overtake, which there wasn't enough time. And so at a certain point, it just hit that it wasn't going to happen. And so Ricky kind of tapered off. And I think he ended up at like 35. We could probably see, I think it was like 34, 35, something like that, that Ricky eventually, yeah, Ricky stopped at 35. But then what's funny is I at this point, I sort of Zenkai'd during this whole process because this is the first time since my first World Tournament experience where I was feeling the fires of competition, but I had the knowledge and backing of optimized, you know, World Tournament play to back it up. And so those two in tandem, I just started, dude, I harnessed the speed force, man. I just kept going. I was at rank 20. He wasn't able to catch up. Then I was ranked 19, 17, 19, 18, 17. I kept going. And then shout out to Poco right here. Poco saw an opportunity because once I realized I was like, it was maybe about 70% of the way through Sunday. And I was like rank 18, something like that. And then I noticed Ricky's stats or points were not going up. So I was like, okay, he's given up. He's not going to be getting local rank 1, so he's calling it there. But then I noticed that this guy, this clever little sneak was quickly catching up. And I was like, oh, hell no. You are not overtaking me. I have gotten a taste for this whole thing, the competition. I don't want to lose it. Honestly, 14 or 15, it doesn't matter because it's still the same tier. I think the reward is, the reward would be 11 through 15, 11 through 20. So getting 14 or 15 wouldn't have mattered. The only thing that would have mattered would be the unique title, which I also don't care about, but it was more the principle. I don't want to end this World Tournament with anybody passing me. Anyone who's already faster than me is already ahead of me. Like the top 10 are just full of all of the like sweatiest World Tournament players, the World Tournament gods. I did not want to let anybody pass me. So I went even faster, unnecessarily, mind you, for the last like 3 hours, and I was able to hold off that last minute assault. So shout out Poco. And I think he also realized, I think in the final hour, all right, it's not going to happen. We're not overtaking. And yeah, so that is how I became number 14 in the world. And yeah, I don't want to do that again. I will admit, even though I had all the free time in the world, it sucked because I didn't get to really watch anybody. I mean, I watched a little bit of people playing Pokemon ZA, but I didn't really get to like enjoy it. I saw a couple reviews and it was just this, like, this is all I was doing. If I had my way, I would never be in a lobby with someone like this again. Being in a lobby with a top 35 means I have to be at least 34. That's not fun. I don't want to do it. Like, it was cool once. Maybe I'll do this again in like a year and a half where I really go for like top 12 or something, but it's just, no thanks. So now let's just take a look at the score. I don't know if you're still watching. If you are, thank you. So we got the usuals up at the top here. Discord and Lotad, two of the godliest World Tournament gods out there. So Discord secure the number one. Some of these names I am not recognizing here. Jackie, Cozy, Sarami, Luca Pigeon, makes sense. Luca Pigeon sounds familiar. Lotad, so there's the other one. Vetro, recognize Vetro. Exotic. And Instinct. I think Instinct might be one of my monthly ads. So shout out Instinct, because I don't recognize that name as a World Tournament presence normally. So shout out Instinct. And then yeah, among my buddies, nobody. Yeah, nobody. D Simons has this fun tradition where he switches to the tech Yamcha after stupid World Tournament is over. But anyway, that is the end of that. That's the end of that chapter. So now the question is, are we going to do some summons? We're 15 minutes into this. Story time is over. I think, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to do these because I'm just desperate for the Yamcha. So I'm going to hold off on this one. But I am going to wrap up with this. In light of this new reversal discontinuation thing, there are characters that I'm trying to now rebuild. One of those characters is Tien. I had a rainbow TUR Tien. And I had an almost rainbow SSR Tien. But unfortunately, I accidentally awakened one of those duplicates when they weren't supposed to. So when this whole thing is over, they're going to turn into the LR. So what I did was I took the previously known rainbowed TUR Tien and I infused that into my SSR. It was painful to do, but I did it. So now I'm in the market for more AGL Tien. So I'm kind of hoping we can get some of those here. Once again, just to remind you, this banner gives you only the Dragon Ball Saga characters. There are no LRs on this banner. And while these are the only featured ones, there are also unfeatured characters, which are basically units from years past on this banner. This banner is the free-to-play guaranteed SSR. This banner shares the same tickets that you can use for this one, which contains the non-free-to-play, the pay-to-play, the summonable units, sort of the banner units, the side characters that you see sometimes on major banners. I always summon on this because these characters are generally harder to acquire. That is going to change, but in light of this whole, you know, this reversal stuff being all screwed up, I do want to try to get a couple more of those LRs. So I might do maybe 1 or 2 of this little summon here. So let me just switch my music. I got my 37 tickets. So I might do like maybe 2 sets of 7, 14. That seems okay. That's about what I earned at my reward. Oh, you know what? Actually, we should go see what my rewards are because I kind of forgot, actually. Hold on. Let's go back here and take a look. So, World Tournament. Wait, no. Reward. So, 11 through 20. I got a bunch of World Tournament announcer medals. That's good. SSR guaranteed. That's the World Tournament. Oh, no. That's the regular one. 9. Ooh. And then I got 14 World Tournament tickets. Maybe I'll just do 1. Because I only got 9, that means I'd be spending more. No thanks. All right, so let's just wrap up with 1. I sincerely thank those of you who still stuck around to I thank you guys so much for still being here, because World Tournament videos are among the worst performing videos on the channel. They're really bad. Nobody cares. Nobody watches them. So if you are still watching, the 10 of you, thank you very much. You know who you are. My terrific 10. Where's the audio in the game? Oh, there we go. God animation doesn't matter because they're all SSRs. It's a guaranteed SSR. Okay. So we got pre-bald Nep. I swear. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, Chi-Chi. I don't think I could use that. Bojack is also good. Okay, so I didn't get it. It's not like a guarantee or even close to it, but I got some good pieces. Bojack is very good. Goku Black is very good on a Future Saga team as long as you have all types. Actually, ooh, this guy can work with the Goku Black Rose clones. If you're missing a couple of them for whatever reason, if you're missing the STR one preferably, this would work. Chi-Chi is not good, but super attack fuel. And Kale is very good. Nappa will probably get his EZA in what? Maybe like 3 more World Tournaments? He's kind of new. So yeah, that's what we're going to call it. Story time is over. World Tournament is over. It was somewhat a pleasant experience. mainly because it was kind of thrilling actually being tested a little bit. But once again, Toon reigns supreme. Besides the World Tournament gods, I am fairly confident that I can overtake whenever I need to. But yeah, please don't challenge me because I don't want to lean forward. Thank you. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let in the comments your thoughts on the World Tournament. What did you do during the World Tournament weekend? The answer is probably Pokemon ZA. But if you did not do that, what did you do instead of the World Tournament during the World Tournament weekend? What are your thoughts on my whole little story here? Did I even make sense? I'm kind of sleepy while recording this. Did I mumble? Did I say anything nonsensical? And yeah, have you spent your tickets? Hopefully you haven't. But if you have, did you get anything good? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.